Yeah, Ben, tell us a little bit about your group, how the Holy Spirit study has been like hitting in the last 7 weeks that you guys have been gathering.
Yeah, so in our group, one of the really cool things is that we have a pretty wide range of ages, backgrounds, lived experiences, and even faith journeys. And so against kind of the backdrop of the Holy Spirit sermon series that we've been doing, it's just been really cool to hear the different stories from each person's life of how the Holy Spirit has been active and working in their life. I mean, the reality is he didn't just start working in people's lives because of the sermon series. He's been there, he's been doing it. And so really what the sermon series has done for us is kind of helped us to recognize that impact in our lives and kind of given us words to sort of share that experience with one another.
Awesome. Now we sit in rows right now. We're all sitting nicely in rows and paying attention and not disruptive. But we move from rows to circles when we go into a small group. How has joining a small group, like how have you been able to see community happen in your group the last 7 weeks?
Yeah, well, interestingly, I don't think I'm sharing any groundbreaking new wisdom here. When you spend regular time with the same group of people consistently over a period of time, you tend to grow closer to those people and kind of open up and form deeper relations. And so that's definitely what we've seen in our group. We've had, it's been a big, difficult challenge for us to end on time. So apologies to the people taking care of our kids. But we've had a lot of deeper conversation and more conversation during our Bible study. We've had longer periods of sharing like prayer requests and updates to those prayer requests and praises and things like that. And then even with the church app, that's been a big help for us. We'll share our prayer requests during the small group time, and we'll pray for each other. But then we also send that list out as a message so that people can kind of follow up through the week, keep praying for each other, and even check in and say like, hey, how is it going now? Has anything changed? And that's been a big help for us.
Awesome. There's good benefit. There's community. There's Bible study. Now, like you and Jess and Rowan, young Rowan's 2, 3, little guy.
Yep.
And so like you guys are busy. You're working a full-time job. You're running your gun and going through life. Why is it that you guys say we're going to prioritize being a part of a Thrive group? Like you have to say no to a lot of things in order to say yes. And so what is it that makes you say we're prioritizing this?
So actually, interestingly enough, we just recently moved back to the York area. We lived in Atlanta for a number of years, and we moved there from Ohio before that. And so we've had some experiences where we've been in a new place and didn't really know a lot of people, and all we really had were our jobs and our kid and the things that we did as a family. And those are great. But when that's all you do, it can quickly become like we're just walking through life alone, and we get overwhelmed, and we just don't really have a community to support us. And so that's one of the things that we've noticed is that when we are in a new place and where things are changing, having the constant of a community of people to kind of share life with is really, really huge.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being a part. Thanks for being willing to step in and lead and facilitate. Sure. And we've got great stuff happening through the summer. Groups are going to kind of go into like summertime mode where they're going to hang out once a month. But September is our next launch for Thrive Group. So if you're sitting here and you're like, I want to be a part of what Ben's talking about, we're launching there. We're going to see it launch in September, and we're so excited to jump back into doing community together that way. So thank you, Ben.
Of course.
Thanks for sharing.